So in my, experience, of course, we look at friendships differently at different stages of our life.
Of course.
That's a huge thing. So, when you're in elementary school, children look at it as, their playmate, someone fun to be around and things like that. And then as you get into adolescence, there's more of that loyalty expectation, I think, that they have on their friends, and mutual respect. And then I think when you get into adulthood, things start to really shift, especially I would say, like, for me and from what I see with clients is like the shift of, okay, people are going in different directions maybe in their life. Are you going to come along with me and have, go along with me on my journey, even though my journey may not look the same as yours? And, are you going to, be there when I need you? We may not be able to talk all the time, but, or see each other, but I know that I can depend on you if I need you.
Absolutely.
And I've learned, friendships, kind of like what you said with certain seasons. I think people too are certain circumstances, they're friends. So you may have a friend that you like to travel with. They're really fun to travel with, but you know what? On every day, you don't want to invite them over your house every day.
Right.
Or there may be that friendship that, you can call up and go have a dinner with, but maybe that friend won't be like as much fun as say like spontaneous. Like, hey, do you want to go to New York this weekend? That may not be the friend for you. So I think I've learned to differentiate the friends for different things too.
I'm smiling because you're reminding me of so much. Like you have friends that are acquaintances, you have friends that are associates, you have close friends, and and like you said, you have friends that you will share like your intimate stuff with, but then you have another friend who you may just be all fun and games with. But I call the most intimate friends the ones that they're going to be there for you. You're going to be there for them. I call them backdoor friends. Now, backdoor friends are the ones that if you take a house, right, and you enter from the back door, people can't really see you coming because you're coming from the back door. So a backdoor friend is that friend that comes in from the back. She doesn't care how messy your house is. She doesn't care if, the kids are like, disheveled. She doesn't care if she's fighting with the husband or not. She just comes in. And she doesn't judge, and she just sits there and she just wait until you're done. And then she's like, okay, how can I help you? So those backdoor friends are those ones where, yes, you have already developed most of those boundaries that you need. Those are the ones that you have carried through with you through the roughest of times. Maybe you've experienced a divorce and they've been there. Maybe they have and you've been there. But those are those friends where it's like through thick and thin, it doesn't matter. We may have disagreements, but at the end of the day, we still love each other. And that's what I like. I like friends where I can just really be honest and go, you know what, girl? You really need to get it together because you're like, hey, and I see you falling apart. And if I can't share that with a friend that I call a backdoor friend or a friend that I call a personal friend, then are we really friends? And vice versa. Tell me when I'm like, I'm unhinged. Tell me, hey, girl, you need to dial it back a little bit. And I'll receive that because I know what kind of friend you are and what kind of friend you've always been.
I like that.
I mean, the backdoor, that is so cool because I've never heard that. And I love that because, again, it's like, when you come into the front door, you're a guest.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And I was just like I literally am picturing like the house and thinking about TJ, both of y'all know, like if anything happens, I'd be like, I don't care what door it is. I'm coming in. Like I'm coming, and y'all know that. Like I will be there swimming through around the pool door, whatever we need to do, coming through the roof. I'll be Santa Claus, but I do. I thought that was such
I know. I like that. I'm gonna start to think about that.
Back door. I know. I was just like going, where is she going with that? But it is, I always say that, I have a ton of acquaintances and a very, close set of friends. And even with I had like my friends like for a long time, but even with them, there are different things that even we do and have shared together. And also it's like, just right before I got in here, working with one of my young clients, and we were talking about friendships. That's why when you said that, I was like, oh my gosh, we just did that. And, one thing that I know that I have said to a lot of my clients lately is like, do you think it's possible that you have outgrown that relationship? Mm-hmm. And because, again, it's like when you have the growth mindset and you know that your path is where it is, and it is a tough path, but it's your path. Some people are not going to be on it with you all the time because their path is different. And even on that side of it, it is hard to let go of friends that have been there in certain things because there's like, well, I don't want to leave them, but I can't not be me. And so even with that, I mean, there's a lot of just even understanding the mutual respect of I love you, but I love me. And you'll always be a part of my life. And if you show up over the road here, then great. But I think there's also that understanding too, boundaries within yourself and who, is going to continue or not continue.